God is going to raise up another prophet like Moses, someone who will speak all of God's words. The Israelites are to obey God's words spoken through God's prophet, but they shouldn't pay any mind to any other prophet who tries to speak to them. So who is God's prophet? Who is the one who speaks God's words? The one with God's words is the one who has surrendered his life to God, given his life over for God's use. There's a New Testament verse I quote a lot. It's Galatians 2:20. It says, "I've been crucified with Christ. I no longer live, but Christ lives in me. The life I live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God, who loved me and gave himself up for me." I think we can tend to think of this verse like we have Christ's life of victory, overcoming, health, prosperity, authority, power, etc. But now I look at this verse as a statement of complete surrender. It's a verse of death and resurrection, my death, his resurrection. I don't see it now as my coming to new life and power and overcoming. I see it as me surrendering this body of flesh that I have and giving it over to him to use how he pleases. I see it as my privilege of being able to give up my life for his purposes, not in me achieving great things for God by his presence in my life, but by giving up my life altogether and letting him take and use it. He can use it as a mop, as a coat, for giving, for sacrificing, for suffering. It pleased the Father to bruise his Son. Jesus was pleased to give up his rights to all the victory and power that could have freed him from the cross, so that he could love the Father by surrendering to his will and obeying. I want to be like Jesus and give myself over for whatever he pleases. It's a good future that he has planned for me. It's for my good and his glory. That's who speaks the Lord's words, the one given over in every way, who has given up their rights, because they have chosen to no longer live their own life, but to live by faith in the Son of God.